All right, guys, welcome in, welcome back. Couldn't get the mic to work. It's funny how one night everything works perfect, but then the next night it doesn't hardly work at all. It's also buffering. Last night it didn't buffer at all. Happy Monday. All right, we got to jump into this. We got all kinds of crazy stuff to get into. So we just reported like a week or two ago how the military accidentally deployed a white phosphorus bomb over the same region here in Tucson. Well, now the Air Force is investigating how white phosphorus rockets ended up all over a Tucson road. I mean, look at all of them just laying all over the ground. The Air Force is currently investigating an August incident that saw rockets outfitted with the white phosphorus warhead spill out of a military vehicle on a Tucson roadway. What is going on with these things? You know, I thought these things were like banned weapons, but apparently they're not. I mean, there was an article that come out, U.S. uses banned white phosphorus bombs in Syrian city for the fourth time in 2 months. But when you go, looking, they're saying I don't have it up no more. But they're saying, yeah, this is the article where they accidentally dropped the white phosphorus bombs in Arizona, same area. What is going on at this military base? Yeah, this was on September 6th, so 10 days ago. So they accidentally dropped bombs of white phosphorus in Arizona back on the 6th, and now they're dumping them all over the road. So what is going on with the military in Arizona? Hopefully they figure this stuff out. And let's go ahead and get out of that. We got a couple articles to get into here before we jump into the crazy crap going on the weather maps. And I still got these. They're not even gnats, man. They look like gnats, but they bite. They're like biting the crap out of me. I got all kinds of stuff out here. I got the soap and the vinegar stuff. Man, these things are like, I don't know what the heck's going on. Anyway, we had a ship carrying climate change warriors concerned about the melting Arctic ice. Well, they got stuck in the ice. A ship carrying passengers who included a group of climate change warriors who are concerned about the melting Arctic got stuck in the ice halfway between Norway and the North Pole. I thought there wasn't no ice up there. So 16 passengers on board got stuck in ice on September 3rd. The ship is an Arctic tour with climate change documentary film team. Concerned with climate change and melting Arctic ice, they had to be evacuated by a helicopter. Wonder if they're going to put that in the film. You think they will? Karma. Now this is pretty crazy too. Some people that were parachuting almost got clocked by a couple of F-15s. It was a near miss. So two free-falling parachuters nearly collided in midair with two U.S. fighter planes traveling almost 350 miles an hour, a report has revealed. The skydivers recorded the aircraft pass under them on a helmet camera as they fell at 120 miles an hour. That's pretty crazy. Is that the picture? Man, I want to see this camera footage. So I got a couple articles on it here. Here's the other one. Two British skydivers in free fall were nearly struck. Man, I want to see that footage. Do we have the footage? Wow. All right, I guess we'll have to look here and see if we can dig that footage up. I want to see that. Well, then we have this going on. Well, here, I'll get to this one first. Total devastation. One firefighter dead, 6 people hurt in powerful explosion in Maine. I mean, if you look at the footage on this, man, was a pretty big time explosion. They're saying it was either a gas or propane natural gas leak. Could have been a meth house, who knows? But this sucker really blew up. Killed some people. Is Ralph out there? Did you hear this thing? I didn't even notice. Is Radical Ralph out there? He lives up here. So wow, man. We'll have to find out if he heard anything. I don't know what part of Maine this was in. Yeah, Ralph don't even know about it. Hey, that's your local so this is in the let's see if I can figure out what part of Maine this is in. Farmington Fire Chief. So it was, I guess, in the Farmington area. Isn't that where they got the that's the same place they got the Sharia law cops, I think, where they're driving around in what looks like police car. No, that might have been, I don't know. I'm just spewing crap now. It's Monday. All right, so big time explosion up there. People hurt, one dead, fireman at that. And then we had this blast. A blast and fire hits major virus lab in Russia, where HIV, Ebola, anthrax strains are stored. So when you have an explosion like this, you know, does all these things get lofted up into the air currents? So we're going to mark this date on the calendar, 9/16/2019. We'll see if whoever's downwind from this, if some plagues start popping off. You know, that's why these people should be working with this stuff, man. There's too many accidents that can happen. And who knows how far this stuff can travel in the air. So anyway, we'll keep track of this date right here, and then we'll see if some viruses break out somewhere. So a heads up. Well, we got some strange stuff on that map. We're going to get into that here in a minute. We're going to get into that one. Look at all the storms that are popping up. Hurricane Kiko, Hurricane Humberto. We got 91E, 92E, 97L, and 17W. Which we're going to get into all these. In fact, let me go ahead and bring up the Mimic. Man, these little bugs are hacking me off again. All right, so here, let me play this. And I want you to look at, we have two hurricanes in frame. We got the one down here in the south, and we got the one here off the east coast. This thing just starts spinning so fast. Look, they're pulsing it. Pulse, pulse, pulse. It's not matching the heating of the day. It's being pulsed. And it looks like it's being pulsed from the Arecibo ionospheric heater right down here. So you have an ionospheric heater right here. Look at the pulse, the way it pulses. 1, 2. And then all of a sudden it just starts spinning its ass off. You don't see that going on with this other hurricane. They're both the same strength. But there's like a, here, let me just show you real quick. This is pretty nuts. Let's look at the Mort microwave imagery on this. So this is Humberto right here. Doesn't look nothing like Dorian. Not at all. Not a perfect eye wall. Nothing. It just kind of sat there for a second. And it looks like a little choo-choo train with little puffs of energy pumping into it. You can see down here where the Arecibo is. That's where it's flaring up from. It's what it looks like. So there is Humberto. Now let's go check Kiko. Here's Kiko. Here's the same strength, same temperatures in the waters. You can see it went through like a little eye wall replacement. Everything's spinning, you know, pretty good. But they don't look nothing alike. I mean, this looks more like Dorian, and this one they're not affecting as much. But look at that, man. It's just completely different. Look at this one here. It don't even look like a hurricane. It looks like something different. It don't even really have an eye wall. I mean, it's got one, but it's not like what we've been seeing. So pretty strange on that, but let me show you what's going on out here. Let me get it over here. Let's check the worldview. Okay. So here's our two hurricanes. This one here off the East Coast. There's a small one down here. Definitely different in size, but this thing is just like grown. You got all the aerosols being deployed, and guess what? They're back. The bunker fuel ships are back, but they're out here in the Atlantic this time. So this is pretty rare. And look at this cloud. Let me make sure that's not a stitching error. It could be, but I don't think it is. Let me try clicking the layers. It's not. It's not a stitching error. That's the cloud. So we're talking, 1,000 miles, perfectly straight line, another perfectly straight line, and then we have bunker fuel operations right at this line. Let me click on the layer, see if we can get this to pull out a little better. So not really, but you can see the tic-tac-toe board. So we have, some of the most toxic emissions on the planet being, launched out, low-level aerosols being deployed. Now we've been watching them spray all. This is exactly where they want it to go, because this is where all the aerosols have been. It's like clockwork. And I'm still going to be surprised if this thing don't hit Bermuda. It probably should. But maybe they're going to steer it away. But they're definitely pulsing this weather system right here. Now, as I was looking through here, I seen something else really crazy up here. And we're here in Manitoba. And look at this little weird cloud formation right here at Altamont. Now watch this. I mean, this is just nuts. What is this thing? So you can see there was a chemtrail. This looks like some kind of a microwave cloud just sitting there by itself. You can see there was plenty of little aerosols being deployed to get it started. But what is this? And then all of a sudden, wham, it turns into that. Look at that freaky cloud out by itself. What is this thing? Hey, thanks out there, Teresa. So just really strange. I don't know what the heck this is, but I do know it started out with aerosols. Let me get this on the layer. I got loaded pretty decently. So you got spraying operations going on up in North Manitoba, big time spraying. And you can go all the way up into the northern territories. They're still spraying up here. Now the whole map hasn't loaded all the way yet. We got aerosols being deployed out off the coast of San Francisco here on the west coast. Tons of it. Look at that. Look at all these synthetic man-made clouds. You can call them water vapor if you want, but that's not what they are. Tons more over here. Just kind of whip through this a little bit here. Here's our other hurricane. Now we got bombarded here in Missouri. Looks like we got aerosols being deployed over Idaho, right up into Alberta. So pretty much all of Canada is being sprayed right now. Up to Mexico. All the spots we called in the 16-day forecast, you're getting hit. So heavy aerosols all across Kansas, Oklahoma, South Dakota, North Dakota, Iowa, Minneapolis. This is all fake man-made clouds from the plains. I don't care if you call them water vapor. There's a problem with the plains making clouds. This is all from plains. You can see all the grid patterns. Just start out with some, few aerosol dumps. And it turns into a weather system. They're seeding the clouds. I mean, even when you look up the definition of a contrail, the water particulates stick to the metal particles. It's a chemtrail. It takes a chemical reaction to create a contrail, so it's a chemtrail. I don't care what anybody says, that's what they are. And they're affecting the weather. I mean, some places have not even had rain for almost a month. Some parts they're spraying the blocking aerosols. Sometimes they're spraying the seeding aerosols. But yeah, the map's not loaded good enough to see if there's any bunker fuel being deployed out off the West Coast, but they're damn sure doing it out here. So we haven't seen them in almost a full week. But it looks like they got them reloaded and ready to go. More aerosols here in the Hudson Bay. Been spraying hot and heavy up here for a good week. You know why the bunker fuel operations are not going on very much, then the aerosols get much worse. We can see the North Sea is getting bombarded still. Remember, France was all clear yesterday. Germany had a spraying operation. Poland had a spraying operation. Now look, they pulled all the moisture in, and we have more bunker fuel. We have more bunker fuel all out off the coast of France. So the Netherlands right now is getting waxed. All the UK is getting waxed out here in the North Sea. You know, one day we found like 12 figure eights of chemtrails out here. I mean, they were everywhere, just perfect figure eights. So I mean, this is some thick, heavy aerosols being deployed up here. Look at that sucker right there. So this is a toxic soup up here over the UK. We got the dust coming up. Spain's probably going to get some blood rain from all this dust in the air. It's like they're wiping all the dust away from the Sahara Desert, blowing it off towards the United States, up towards the UK. Italy's getting waxed right now. Italy's getting completely bombarded. You know, it's drifted off here in the Adriatic Sea. But I mean, this is just a massive spraying operation right here. Let's see if we can check it out on a couple different layers. So look, the colors of the clouds give away what they're doing. There's a bunch of sulfur, black soot, black carbon dust. That's why it's so gray looking. They're not real clouds. They're not the white, puffy cumulus clouds. These are all the man-made toxic soup. So going right over into Bosnia. So yeah, man, mega spray over Italy. They're getting bombarded too. You know where is not getting bombarded? Hey, they got the white puffy clouds again. Look, the normal white puffy clouds. The ones that we don't get to see, but maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months. That's how bad it's getting to be. And let me see if I can get the rest of the area to load here. See, when I get over this way, we're actually into yesterdays because, you know, it's not all the way loaded. So this is actually from yesterday in Australia once we get this far over. And that storm is still parked right over Guam, it looks like. We'll take a look at that in a second. I want to take a look down here in New Zealand. Now that's a stitching error right there. See, that's, you can tell when it's a stitching error, straight line, where they stitched all the photos together. Oh wow, we got some microwave frequencies in the clouds. You know, you see all kinds of weather modification tests going on down here. Also, down here in New Zealand, a bunch of people just gave up their guns. Like, I don't know if it's like 190,000 guns. What is wrong with you people in New Zealand? Don't give your guns away. I forgot to bring that article up. See, we got an aerosol being deployed here off the coast of Hastings. And you can see they're hitting it with frequencies. These are not gravity wave clouds. Total weather manipulation. So pretty, you know, New Zealand's getting hammered right now. You got all the fires going on down here in Australia. Same thing down here that happened in Paradise. Intentional land grabs, burning people out of their properties. Yep, so this storm is still over Guam as of yesterday. This thing has just been over here for like 4 or 5 days. Maybe we can see if there's any bunker fuel operations from yesterday over here. I'm not really seeing any sticking out. A few aerosols there in Kazakhstan. But yeah, man, this is blatant. So you got the low-level bunker fuel being deployed, and it's going all the way up that straight line. And then you had the higher altitude spraying right out here. So who's doing what here? Is this, you know, this is all going to go over to the UK. So they're like extra seeding it with the bunker fuels. We got some weird, another weird operation up here by Nova Scotia. This place has been like a target here lately. So yeah, we definitely got aerosols up here. So they're pulling one of these systems, which could be this system. They're pulling straight, or they're trying to pull this one up. But now we have the bunker fuel. So odd stuff going on here on the worldview map. All right, let's take a look at that. If I get this to show up, let's take a look at that weird anomaly that was there by Manitoba. Look, you could see all the aerosols being deployed, but like right in here where that weird cloud originated. And this is really weird on this map because you see, once it gets here, gets cycled through, you're going to see the cloud shoots over and then it shoots up. It's just one of the strangest things I've seen here lately. Maybe I need to speed this up. Well, where's all the photos at? Alright, so here we go. Now we should see. So I think it's this aerosol right here. Look, yeah, look at that big fat liner. That was what we seen. But there's something else weird that happens in the same area. I don't know why it's not showing it now. Maybe it's right here at the beginning. Let me check this out. Yeah, it's right there. That's weird. Okay. It's not really showing me as good as I wanted. go ahead and check the United States. Let me make sure I got. Let me turn this off for a minute. And we've already documented that. Oh, let's check the radar is why we're here. Let's check the mimic. So let's see what these two cyclones look like, or hurricanes look like, at the same time. So right there where they have the dry line, that's where the bunker fuel is being deployed. So what are they trying to do here? So they're pumping a dry line, and in between these two storms, they're not letting the atmospheric river connect together. But when you look at the water vapor map, the smaller storm almost looks like it has a lot more moisture going into it. Here comes our wave of dust. Man, that's crazy right there. Look at that atmospheric river get blowed up towards the Kamchatka Peninsula. That's crazy. Look, all the water vapor that's normally over here is now, it's all stretched out from India all the way up into Kamchatka. That is just unbelievable right there. Look, where New Zealand is, where I just showed you the electromagnetics. Look, they broke a chunk of the atmospheric river off, and it's right over that area. It's not connected to the river of the sky. That's pretty crazy. All right, so we got this all documented pretty good. We've already looked at these imageries here. So let's go ahead and jump out of them. Try to speed the bandwidth up. How come it didn't load the radars? Hopefully everybody's having a good Monday out there. And that's what it is. It's Monday. You know, I've been having a hard time. Why does it keep doing that? I want to go to the composite radar. Like, I had a really hard time trying. Look, it won't go to the composite radar. What are they trying? What is that? That's weird. It won't go. Yeah, I had a hard time with this GOES 17 loading, or GOES 16, whichever one we're on. The GOES East, that would be the GOES 16. See if I can load something else up here. I really wanted that. I wanted to do the natural color with the fire layer, just to see if we see any kind of heating going on. Yeah, it's like the satellite like warped out or something there for a second. How come I want to see the radar, but it won't let me go to the radar site? Look, I'm clicking it and it won't let me go. How about the next red site? Hey, thanks out there, Matt. Much love out there. Give me a second here. And thanks out there, Sharon, for yesterday. So I can get the single radars, but it won't let me do the full radars. Let me try it again. Okay, now we got it. Wonder why it wouldn't let me do that earlier. Okay, we're still in. Okay, let's get that to load. See if we see any kind of strange stuff while that's loading. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Earth null. We're looking at the sea surface temperatures. No kind of El Nino going on. Let's check out the anomalies, the heat anomalies of the ocean. They're still heating the Arctic up, and the first heat wave they created is drifting farther south. We can see the hurricane right in there. The water is actually looks pretty damn cool, like it actually looks like the ocean is cooling down by the anomalies. So now we can see look at the waves to this little bitty hurricane, almost 30-foot waves versus Humberto, 25-foot waves. What else do we got going? Wow, look at this wave machine going on down here in the Arctic. 46-foot waves down here on the other side of New Zealand. 40-foot waves. You know, they're doing something to the Antarctica, which we're going to get into that here in just a second. Go ahead and get through the carbon monoxide. We're just looking at all the fires up here in Alaska, right where the aerosols are being deployed. Fires are going. Trying to get through this kind of quick here, this area. Here comes our dust. Look, the dust is blowing to the west and to the north. And look, it's blowing to the east. I mean, how's this dust blowing out from every direction? What are they doing out here? Let me back that up to see if we could see. Was there like a blast wave or something? So I'm trying to get back where it started. So it's just not ended. So somehow this dust is just getting blown out almost every direction but south. It's going to the north, to the east, to the west. So let's go ahead and check out this, what's going on with the polar vortex winds. Now here in about a month, maybe sooner, all these winds that are down here, these polar vortex winds are going to shift up here to the north. It almost looks like they're trying to do it now. Once them winds get up there, it'll be, you know, anything goes with the weather. So yeah, it's really spreading out. That's pretty crazy right there. Just for the heck of it, let me see what it looked like last year at this time. So it looked really normal last year. See how everything just kind of snakes around? But not this year. Let me put it back on now. This year is definitely abnormal. And when I show you the temperatures up here, and we're way up in the troposphere up here. We're like way up. What they've done is they've created a rapid heating event, and they blew all the cold air away from in the troposphere up towards South America. I mean, check this out. We can back it up and look at it. If I remember right, it started, oh, now I can't remember. But this is all just from the, you know, we had a little solar wind stream coming in that can create, you know, kind of like this, but it only lasts like a day. This has been going on for over a week, this rapid heating event. I mean, look at this. Looks like they took a hand and wrapped around the super cold air and pushed it off towards South America. They're messing with the ionosphere. So yeah, it looks like they just grabbed it, pushed it, slung it around. And here we are right now. Look, the temperature right in the center of Antarctica is 10.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Now if we get over here and just check whatever that little island is there, and at the where Easter Island is, or is that over there? But we're at minus 70 degrees. So it's colder over here in South America than it is in Antarctica when you get up into the troposphere. They're messing with the ionosphere for sure. I mean, there's no doubt about it. That's not coming from the sun. In fact, we could look and see what kind of auroras are going on. I mean, not that big, not enough to cause the rapid heating event that's going on down in South America. That's a man-made weather testing warfare. All right, let me see if I can get this rolling and see if this thing is going. Wow, we got the military radars doing their thing. You can see the rain bands from Humberto. Not really a whole lot of nothing. You know, a lot of these by the military radars, you can see, you know, the wind farms can pulse. You've got the solar farms that show up here. But what happened to, you know, the sun is not making these bloom up. The local meteorologists and the Weather Channel, they'll tell you these are, when these things explode up, they'll say them are birds and bugs and all kinds of BS stories. When it's all for weather control, it's all multifaceted. Getting some rain there in Northern California. We're getting hit with all kinds of RF and chemtrails all over here. See, they want it to rain here, but where's the rain? How come it's not raining? This is where they sprayed all the chemtrails. Where's the rain? Pretty odd. The only rain is over here in California, a little bit down here in Louisiana. Where the hell's all the rain? What happened to the rain? Let's look at the, I mean, that thing just stands out like a sore thumb. What is this thing? That is just so weird. You can see it was a chemtrail right here. And it drifted out real fast. And then, wham, it turns into that. There's that big, thick chemtrail we've seen on the GOES 16. And I wanted to see if we could pick anything up on the radar on that anomaly. All right, if we can get it to load. All right, so yeah, it'd be that anomaly would be right over here, around 100 nautical miles away from the radar. I mean, it would like right in here. So we'll just see, and then we may have some solar farms or wind farms. Whoa! So this thing is definitely pulsing out. Man, that's just some kaleidoscope stuff there. I really need to get in on Google Earth and see if these are wind farms or solar farms or what that is. But yeah, we got strange activity on this radar for sure. Let's go ahead and look right here over Missouri where all the chemtrails are being deployed. And see what comes of this one. Yeah, it does rain here almost every single Wednesday. I mean, it's probably only missed 3 or 4 Wednesdays the whole year, and then it would hit Thursday. But yeah, like Missouri's scheduled rain is usually Wednesdays. Wednesdays going into Thursdays. And you guys might be able to keep track of your own area. See, I know we don't have, well, I don't know, that's over there in Kansas, could be. Most of the wind farms in Missouri are up here up north. You know, they can create weather with the wind farms. So all the radars are really doing some weird pulses today. Let me check this one, because this is one that we can always see the sending and the receiving of the frequencies. We'll see if we can pick it up today. All right, so we just got to wait on this to load. Yeah, is your rain every day? Oh, we can see it. I'm going to have to zoom in on this. So I'm going to show you right now the thumbnail I used in the beginning of the NexRad radar sending and receiving pulse waves. We're going to see it in action. Oh, if I can get that out of the way. Come on, stupid browser. Okay, wow, this is like some laser weapon shooting back and forth. Hopefully you can follow my mouse here. I got to see which way they're coming from. So over here, there's a military NexRad. Okay, so there went a light blue and then 3 pulses back. And look, right here's the radar, this black circle, and hopefully you guys can see this. And you'll watch frequencies being shot out. There goes one. My mouse just had to be lined up with it. And then look, 3 coming back, or 2 main ones coming back, going into the radar. This is sending and receiving pulses of energy, of microwaves. You have all these solar farms over here, wind farms, whatever they are. But here you go. So you're getting sending and receiving. This goes to show you right here, if a bird was flying through here, it'd probably drop the bird out of the sky. Look, there it goes. There's the pulse beam to the military radar. The military radar sends 2 pulses back. Now when the 5G is all connected, they're going to be able to have tailored rain for any area. So I wonder if we can make this stand out even better with the base velocity, see if it picks up. Yeah, I don't think North Florida's got any rain, have they? In a while. So we'll see if we can pick them up on this one. Yeah, it's pretty weird. It's like everybody is on a rain schedule. Pretty soon we'll be paying taxes. Wow, I can actually see the radar was turning like it's supposed to. Look, there they are in green. Look, them are big old wide pulses. Hey, thanks there, Trina. So look, the outflow's the red. See, there was a red outflow, and then the 2 green inflows are, I mean, that's a big wide band. And then there's like another one coming from right here. So these radars are communicating. Here goes the red pulse, and then here comes the 2 greens back to the radar, sending and receiving. Caught in action. Oh, we have some microwave pulses on this one. Let me shrink it back down. So I can tell you right now, this one here is sending out microwaves. Yeah, we haven't really looked at the radars in a while. I mean, I just figured I'd jump over here and see what they're up to. Wow, look at the rain. The airflows are running backwards. They're going from east to west. Yeah, so let me get this on something that's going to pull that out a little better. That's not working like I wanted it to. There we go. You notice there's no purple on the graph. That's because the purple represents the microwave pulse. Hey, thanks out there, Babu. So every one of these NextRad, is this an upgraded version? Nope, this isn't the upgraded NextRad. But see, we're seeing all kinds of microwave frequencies. These storms are running backwards. Now, these things aren't super powerful, but when you put them all together, you have complete control. And then you add in the cell phone towers, the wind farms, the water generating stations on the ground, the chemtrails, the bunker fuels. There is no natural weather anymore. It's all being controlled and fabricated. Let's go look off the East Coast here. No, the meteorologists don't know nothing. The meteorologists are just reading their script. This all comes out of Raytheon, NASA, all them places, the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The people that are working in these NextRad buildings are just not the National Weather Service. You have military in there. You have, we already know that the U.S. Department of Agriculture is responsible for the cloud seeding operations all over the United States. The power companies, same thing. Same thing. We got, look, they're shooting little beams out to the hurricane. Now, these beams, I mean, it's sitting like a real long beam right here that shoots out. Well, right there, the little purple beam. See if I can stop it there. And see if I can get it on that one just so I can talk about it here with it up. I mean, that's not a very strong beam. But what they are, let me get it back where it at least got a little beam. It's a real small beam. But these beams, this is called searchlight mode. Now it's going to reload. These beams are not supposed to stay stationary for more than 5 to 7 minutes. Sometimes we see them on for hours. And when they're on for hours, they're cooking the sky. There's actual regulations on these beams. It's actually a maintenance mode. It's called searchlight mode. And if you leave it on in one certain direction, it's heating up the area around it. And that's what we're seeing here, the microwaves, and they're shooting out little microwaves towards the hurricane. I don't know if they're trying to pull it in, push it out, or what they're doing. Only time will tell on that one. Let's go ahead and go down here. The South Carolina one to see what it looks like. Yeah, I think all the weathermen they're stupid. They want their paycheck. If you look at all these, I call them the salad boys, all these Weather Channel guys, man, they're all little geeky, geeky guys, faking wind, faking floods. I mean, they fake everything, man. They wouldn't know. They're not like real men. They're just little puppets. So yeah, this one's doing some freaky stuff too. So like every one of them is like on high octane. We just look at this correlation. Trying to see if we got like any kind of, this is like the hamburger bird layer. Wonder if I have the hamburger birds loaded up. We haven't played that one in a while. See if I got it.
The center of Hurricane Hermine right before it made landfall Thursday evening in Florida. You know what you're seeing there in the middle of the eye here? This is the eye of the storm where it's pretty quiet, so you wouldn't expect there's going to be any rain there. This is actually birds. Yeah, birds actually showed up in the middle of this hurricane, as they often do. We saw this with Hurricane Arthur a couple years ago. This is a product that shows you how similarly shaped everything is, where you see the red colors, you got a lot of similar things flying around like rain. All this blue stuff here is, you know, a mixture of birds, maybe some feathers flying around. This product shows you what shape things are, okay? And basically when you see these kind of higher colors here, like the purples and the whites, that's when things are more hamburger shaped rather than, you know, vertically shaped. So think about how birds fly. Right? So they're kind of, they would appear more hamburger shaped to the radar. That's why they're showing up like that in there. Very, very interesting stuff.
When we have these earthquakes, is the birds. We can see this. So what I wanted you here, I'm showing you radar here the last couple of hours. See how it's quiet? This was before the earthquake. Watch behind me as all of a sudden you start to see all of that green. What that actually is the birds taking flight as that earthquake came through. So I'm going to reverse it.
All right, guys. According to our meteorologists, we are being invaded by birds. There's birds flying out from every city across the United States. So there you go. I like that. That's, you know, the geeky guy with the tight jeans, the tennis shoes, and you're supposed to believe that birds flew into the hurricane. I think we'll leave it right there. Anyway, guys, we're going to call this a show. Thanks everybody out there that helps us keep this operation running, and God willing we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get rid of these stupid gnats. I'm gonna have to get a flamethrower or something, start blasting them out of the sky. Anyway, guys, much love. We'll see you tomorrow night. Armor up, lock and load. Get you some armor now for the gun grab comes. Anyway, guys, turn it up. Song called Rise. We're going to rise soon. Here we go.